What's going on, everybody? Today we will be talking about Winota, doing a deck tech on her. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a human creature from among them onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, against indestructible until the end of the turn. Put the rest of the cards at the bottom of your library in a random order. So, we have a bunch of things spread out for this deck. We do have a few haste creatures that are 1-drops that you can just get out tapped and attacking. Very quick, if Winota's already on the board, get an additional trigger because it triggers for every single one that attacks that's non-human. We have Anax. If one of your creatures die or somebody board wipes, you're going to get a 1/1 Satyr or Satyr for every single one that died. And if it had power 4 or greater, you're going to make 2 Satyrs. So board wipe protection. This one's going to help you make more non-humans to attack to get more triggers. Arabelle is just going to get damage in very quickly. Tataru is going to help you draw, or it's going to make you get a lot of mana. Like if somebody's playing Mystic Remora or Rhystic Study or any draw engine, if an opponent draws when it's not their turn, you're going to make a tapped treasure, so it's really good. Soulless Jailer, just to turn off graveyards if that's somebody's win con. Selfless Spirit, just some protection. You can sacrifice it, and it also flies and is a non-human, so very good for Winota. Also for protection, we do have Dawn's Truce, Flare of Fortitude, Boros Charm. For board wipes, we have Split Up, Fell the Mighty, Winds of Abandon, and Blasphemous Act. So that will help you get your board advantage. If you can win, if nobody had creatures, you could go ahead and board wipe and then hold priority in response, give your whole board protection. There's also a few creatures in the deck that do the same thing that can give your whole board protection. These are some more non-human cards, but they're more for ramp, but you can also use them to get additional triggers. Whenever an opponent has a land enter the battlefield from somewhere without them playing it, you go and search for a plains that enters tapped. Goldmere to produce white, Ragavan for a treasure, Mirror Convert for any color, Ironmere for red, Ornithopter for any color. So pretty good ramp in this deck as well to get you going very quick. Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Desperate Ritual, Simian Spirit Guide, Commander Sphere, Lotus Petal, Jessica's Will, Rite of Flame, Boros Signet, and Talisman of Conviction. So a pretty extensive ramp package for being in just red-white. Do have Authority of the Consuls as well. It's just a really good card in this deck. You want as little blockers as possible, so the fact that people's creatures enter tapped really helps you. Also, people are going to be trying to kill you, so the life gain helps a lot with that. Besides that and the Soulless Jailer, though, not a lot of stacks. This deck was pretty much built to go just straight for the win as quick as possible. I have some interaction as well. Reprieve, Swords to Plowshare, Path to Exile, Solitude. It's a free Path to Exile pretty much. Just exile a white card from your hand. Another Rebuff the Wicked because people are going to be trying to kill Winota. Also, Red Elemental Blast and Pyroblast in case somebody tries to counter Winota. Here are just some good cards in the deck. Don't really have a specific category, but Relentless Assault gives you an additional combat, so that'll pretty much just win you the game. Raise the Past, if somebody does board wipe and you didn't have protection, you get most of your board back. Cathartic Crusade, if you get this out, Winota flips are going to make your board lethal. Final Fortune, if you are very close to winning, just cast this and then you'll win. And then if somebody's going to win, you can cast Angel's Grace. You can't lose the game. Your opponents can't win the game until end of the turn. If any damage that would reduce your life to less than 1, reduce it to 1 instead. So it's pretty much 1 mana for the One Ring at instant speed and can't be countered because it has split second. And then we have just some token generators. These 3 come with haste. 1/1 cats. This one makes 2/2 samurais with haste, menace, and vigilance until the end of the turn. They have vigilance forever, but your opponents also get them. Doesn't matter too much because ours have menace when we use this. Also, if Authority of the Consuls is out, this is a good way to make people have you gain life and then still just do a lot of combat damage. Tempt with Vengeance, Tempt with Bunnies. So just some cards to get going once you're already going, you know, and maybe go for the win. For our list of humans, we have these first few are going to be just token generators. When they enter, you're going to make a token. When this one dies, you'll make tokens. When this one enters, make tokens. Makes tokens when it enters. 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 Also can protect your whole board from a board wipe. Makes tokens, and then also this one's a big beater. Its power and toughness are equal to the amount of creatures you control. This one, whenever it enters, you get 1/1 counters on it for each creature you control or artifact, equal to the amount of creatures you control. So when these come in tapped and attacking, they're going to be huge. You can just knock somebody out of the game with them. Same with him. This one, just a really good turn one, also good late game because most of the time your life will be above 30. So you have a 6/6 that comes in tapped and attacking, flying with lifelink. This really good card at the beginning of your end step. If 2 or more creatures are tapped, then put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. This is very good for disruption. Sometimes if I don't have the best hand, I'll go ahead and cast this instead of my commander on curve. That way I can just make a problem and kind of get the eyes off me a little bit because they know what Winota wants to do. This is just a buffer. If I swing at 3 different people, everything I control gets +3/+3 because everything has melee. And then these ones are what you want to flip into for the most part. With these generating tokens when they enter, it helps you get to these quicker. Sometimes you'll just get lucky. I've had games where the first 2 flips I had were both of these, and now I just won on the first 2 flips from quadruple damage. This is double strike, and then if a source does damage, it does double that instead. So that's the list of the humans there. I'm running, I think, 20 and 20 for humans and non-humans, or maybe 21 and 21. Somewhere around there. You want to keep it around there if you want to edit the deck at all. And then for the land base, we have a Gemstone Caverns, Command Tower, Sunscorched Divide, Clifftop Retreat, Battlefield Forge, Rugged Prairie, Furry Calm Snarl, and then 12 plains and just 12 mountains. Not too complex for the land base. The Gemstone Caverns is just nice if you're not in the first slot, but you have it in your first hand. Start the game with a little bit of extra mana, so you can get Winota out even quicker. This deck does die down the longer it runs. The longer the game goes, the more Winota dies, the less likely you're going to be able to get a win out of it. I will say when you win with this deck, it's going to be from turn 4 to 5. After that, your chances go down significantly, but your chances at turn 4 to 5 are pretty strong. So that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments, let me know. I didn't want to build this as CDH, so I didn't put in all the Chrome moxes and all the moxes and all that, or fill it with a bunch of stacks like most Winota decks are. I tried to keep it as 4 as possible, but this definitely performs at a bracket 4, and it wins a lot of games. It is a strong commander. I don't deny that whatsoever. Kind of just at a weird range like VV decks right now. It's the same concept. It's very hard to play that in a 4 and not have some people complain, but it's a great deck, and if you want to try it out, I'll put the Moxfield link in the list in the comments below. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and then if you're not already subscribing, please subscribe. Thanks again for watching. You guys have a great rest of your day.